What if I told you there's one chemical in your brain that when it's balanced helps you stay patient, consistent, and stick to your plan? And when it's out of balance, you start spending the entire day staring at charts, checking your position every few minutes to see if it's in profit, opening trades that weren't in your plan, exceeding your risk, and coming back to the market even when you know you should have stopped hours ago. Casinos figured this out decades ago and quietly built one of the most profitable businesses in the world on top of it. The same mechanism sitting in the mind of a gambler at a slot machine sits in the mind of a trader who can't stop checking their position. And today I'm going to show you exactly how that loop works. Because most traders think they're sitting at their charts analyzing, looking for opportunities. But the truth is, they've become prisoners of their own brain. A brain that's just looking for cheap dopamine hits. And this is where we need to start with one important thing. Dopamine is not just the quote-unquote feel-good hormone. That's a massive oversimplification. Dopamine is more responsible for motivation, anticipating reward, and telling your brain, that was important, do it again. And that's the key. Because your brain doesn't record what's good for you, it records what was intense, what was new, what gave you an emotion, what gave you a shot at a reward. To make this easier to understand, we'll use a simple model. Imagine your brain has two things, a notebook and a GPS. The notebook records every experience where something pleasant, intense, or emotional showed up. The moment you were scrolling and something suddenly stopped you, the moment you checked your phone and got good news, the moment you ate something sweet and felt instant relief. Everything that was intense, pleasant, new, emotional. All of it in the notebook. And this is where something starts that most people never put a name to. Every time tension shows up, boredom, stress, discomfort, it triggers the GPS. And the GPS doesn't ask what you want to do, it checks the notebook and sends a signal, an impulse, a quiet pull towards something that once worked. Sometimes you notice it, sometimes you're already there before you do. Now take all of that and put it on a chart. Because trading is almost the perfect environment for this mechanism. Your brain already has things logged in the notebook. The rush when price moved in your direction, the relief when you closed a position in profit, the tension of waiting for a setup that finally showed up, the excitement when an impulsive trade accidentally worked. It's all in the notebook. The GPS already knows the way. And now imagine what an open position does to your brain. You don't know what's going to happen. Price can go up or down, and that maybe never ends, because the market never stops moving. But there's something else. Something that makes trading hit this mechanism 10 times harder than scrolling or eating. Your brain connects it to something much deeper, to security, because money means survival, to hope that this time will be different, to identity. You want to be the trader who can do this. And when all of those systems fire at the same time, your brain logs trading as one of the most intense experiences it's ever known. And the GPS takes you there every single day, without asking. But here's the problem. This mechanism doesn't start at the chart. It starts much earlier, in the morning. Coffee on an empty stomach, scrolling through social media before you're even out of bed, a notification about some celebrity drama you didn't ask for, a sugary breakfast, another scroll, another reel, another headline. Every single one of those moments pushes the curve higher, and the higher the curve, the higher your pleasure threshold. The higher the threshold, the more your brain needs just to feel anything. And when you spend the entire day feeding it cheap hits, it starts looking for something stronger, something that'll give it a real spike. And the strongest hit it knows is trading, which it is logged in the notebook as intense, emotional, and connected to money, hope, and identity. And the GPS takes you there, even when there's no reason to go. Now add cortisol to that, because an overstimulated brain isn't just a brain with a high pleasure threshold, it's also a brain running on elevated stress. And when you sit down at your charts in that state, the emotions you feel with every price movement are stronger than they should be. The space between what you feel and what you do narrows. You react faster, you think slower, and the plan you wrote when you were calm stops mattering. Now you understand how the loop works. Overstimulation from daily life, a high threshold, a GPS that drives you to the chart, cortisol that amplifies your emotions during trading, which leads to automatic reactions that have nothing to do with your plan. And if you haven't seen the previous video on automatic reactions at the chart that break your trading plan, the link is in the description, because it's all connected. And the faster you see the full picture, the faster you'll start to understand what's actually happening in your head every time you sit down to trade.